can't do it. Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Ask Mathis. I'm your host, Reggie Mathis, and rocking with me is my brother, Wild Man Teddy T, a.k.a. Baron Theo Mound-builder.
What's up, everybody?
Shoot, tell you what ain't up, inflation. Tick down today.
Uh-oh.
You know, shout out to 45, 47.
Rapping.
45, 47, man.
Give me
He
some
said,
time.
man, y'all need to stop playing with me. I told y'all I'm the best that ever did it. I'm the greatest. I'm untouchable.
Ready.
You know, what did Mike Tyson say at the end? Praise be Allah. You know, like that's your boy went on yesterday, man, and just it wasn't the State of the Union. It wasn't from the Oval Office. It was just, man, I'm tired of them tripping. And then the networks, man, were being disrespectful. They only gave me 18 minutes. You know, Buddy would go for an hour and a half, 2 hours, easy.
You know that.
They was like, yeah, man, we'll give you the time. Especially, man, it was Survivor season finale yesterday. So that cut all into the Survivor season finale. So, you know, them 4 million avid viewers, you know, they wasn't feeling it, man. But, you know, Buddy he just can't. Man, how you open up a speech, man? This dude is clearly, you know, blazing his own trail. Like, how do you run for a position? You get the position, but then when you get the position, you like, man, it's hard to do the position. I can't do the position because of the mess I inherited.
This the FBI guy?
No, man, I'm talking about your president.
Oh,
he gave a speech yesterday.
Yeah, he blamed everything on
Bush, on Biden, and Obama. Yeah. Like everything, everything that's good, me.
That's him.
Everything that's bad, is them. Yeah, you know, it's like, bro, come on, man. Like, you know, American people, bro, we just not buying it, man.
I hope not.
You know, and then with the strikes, the military strikes, man, they still destroying vessels, man. And then the chief of staff, who's from down here, bad lady, you know, she basically just let it out and say, man, this is about regime change in Venezuela. And our intelligence don't say nothing about Venezuela with any kind of fentanyl. And then secondly, the cocaine that they have not even coming here. It's going to Europe, step. That's the intel, bro. It ain't even coming here. So how you know, even though the rationale that the president is using is that he's designating them as terrorists. But designating someone as a terrorist does not give you the right to kill them.
Not in your area.
Right. That's not you got to go to Congress. So Buddy just in all kind of violation of the law, man, where it's just, you know, it's just silly. It don't make sense. And it's just basically, what team are you on? If you're on his team, it's great. It's awesome. You know, just let him cook. Who is that thing about? There's a man, just let him cook. Just let him cook. Was that Baker? Just Baker Mayfield back in the day? Like, just let him cook. Just let him do what he do. Right? But then if you're on the other side, bro, you can't even fact check no more because he just rolling out. He talking about 600% decrease in prescription drugs. That means they giving you money back.
Right.
I mean, he just riding, man.
Right, and then he wants to bring down the marijuana to a lower element.
I'm with that.
I mean, I agreed with that.
Yeah,
you know?
Bro, man, you know, I get it, man. Sometimes when you just been kicked so many times, or at least in his mind, he done been kicked so many times that everybody's against him. He just can show no weakness, man. His chief of staff, first female chief of staff in American history, Susan Wiles, man, she gave this over a year, several interviews within the course of a year. They got it all on tape, man, where she basically just on the whole administration, bruh. She basically called Trump an alcoholic, even though he don't drink. She was like, he has a mentality of an alcoholic,
He does,
where
definitely.
he's just like, you know, he believes he could do anything.
I mean,
that there's nothing he can't do.
He definitely is like cocaine alcoholic together, and it's like he just keep it going. It's like narcissist. Like when have you ever stopped, bro? Like if you're not on drugs, and that's a natural drug that other people need to get. First, people need to get it because this guy.
Imagine though, I started thinking, and that's why, you know, I don't know if you could sense the change in my tone. I was just thinking the other day, once I started hearing about these interviews and seeing like what the lady was saying about his mentality, about like what it is, bro. If you the president of the United States and you got that job for, I mean, because just think about the biggest job you have, the biggest thing you have, whether that was Rick Ross, car show, being there for all that, having all that, or just some military exercise, you know, that you have done throughout your career, or just think of the biggest thing you've ever done, Teddy, and multiply that by however many. You the president of the United States, bro. That means like whatever you say, somebody gonna run with it. Like whatever you say, somebody gonna run with it. You know, and so, bro, when you that and you sober, and you sober the whole time, bro. It was like I asked the dancer the other day. She was like, "I don't drink." I said, "Man, how you do this for 6, 7, 8 hours a day? Like you enjoy it? Are you a nympho? Like what's the deal?" It's like, you know, like how do you do it sober? So, bruh, all the presidents that I known of, you know, have drank. Maybe not Nixon, who was a Quaker.
Right.
Think Nixon was a Quaker. Maybe he didn't drink, bruh, but all the presidents that I known, bruh, they drink and drink heavy. Heavy drinkers. Right? Some drink throughout the day. You know, so to be doing this thing sober with so many people mad all the time, and you know, and I was just looking at just different networks, and you could turn to a network and know they're gonna be talking bad about you, talking negative about you, like no matter what time of day, no matter what the situation is, you just know somebody's gonna be like you just know that somebody's gonna be just totally like against you. That has to weigh on you. That really has to weigh on you, man. So looking at it from a different perspective, you just gotta say, you know, just pray for him. You just gotta pray for him and just hope he don't break everything.
I truly don't think it weighs on him anymore.
I don't either.
No,
I don't think he cares.
He got escape hatch.
he can't.
He got escape hatch.
If he didn't care, bro, he wouldn't be so petty. He wouldn't be so petty if he didn't care, bro. He would not have be ordering folks to go arrest Letitia James. You wouldn't be asking to go and arrest James Comey. Like they in the background, they done, they over with. Right? I don't know.
I think you could be real petty and then not weigh on you. It could just be in his nature.
Could be. I mean, bro, to survive 7 bankruptcies, 3 marriages, come in there and be bold enough to go and get the endorsement from the evangelicals. You know, like before he ran in 2016, bro, I remember him going to like this conservative religious thing. It wasn't CPAC, but it was something akin to it. And they basically asking him about his favorite scripture. Have you ever had to ask for forgiveness? He was like, no, nope. Can't say that. Can't say that I did. It was like, what's your favorite thing about the religion? I like communion. I like the communion. I like the communion.
Everybody like first Sunday.
And then when Bud said 2 Corinthians, anybody that's going to church more than watch night, Mother's Day, and Christmas. Know that it's first, second Corinthian, bruh. And he got them all, so, bruh, I don't know. I don't know, but my tone is totally changing. Like I said, the stock market is up, record high. You know what?
What about the situation with the BBC and his $10 billion that he wants? Because they messed him up on January 6th, and they've already said they're sorry, so they've already admitted to it. So,
how did the BBC mess him up?
In January 6th, he did an interview, and they pulled something out that they altered his statements.
Well, I mean, he sued and won against 60 Minutes for the interview with Kamala Harris, saying that they edited to make it, she had some missteps and some mistakes, and they edited it. I mean, folks are not playing fair, and I must say he is exposing a lot of the corruption that's just inherent. I mean, there is a deep state, in my opinion. But I just think the way he's going about it, like he's like Lex Luthor, man, and he's got the Legion of Doom, and it's nothing like getting a female sycophant, bruh. It's nothing like a female sycophant. A female sycophant goes so hard for you, especially if she, if she bout that life. Like Christy Nolan, bro, you see her commercials? Christy Nolan, bro, she get dressed up. She's sexy. She hot. She's smart. And she's like, bro, I kill animals. I killed my own dog. So, bro, I will blow you away. Right? It's something about it.
Yep.
It's something about it. They will go harder for you than a man, because when a female is loyal to you, that female, bro, she will go so hard.
Yeah, she got
a dude who still feels like I'm next, or I'm the next one up, he's not gonna give you his all. Now Stephen Miller, he's an anomaly. He's an anomaly because Stephen Miller is a monster. He's a straight up monster. But most men, bro, they have their own ambition, and they're gonna like not give it all. Like, you're not gonna give it all to this guy, whatever. But enough of that, man. So he gave his speech yesterday and was basically like, it's all good in first of the year. It's gonna be the greatest economy that the world has ever seen. And I hope he's right. I hope he's right, bro. I hope he's right. And I was talking to Step before the show started, man. He said he just sent, almost 2 stacks to all the soldiers. So hey.
I ain't mad at that. I get what my vote paid for.
Yeah. So, man, since we last were here, Rob Reiner, man, meathead from All in the Family.
That's crazy.
Any of y'all remember All in the Family, man? So y'all youngsters, y'all probably remember Archie Bunker.
Right.
Al Bundy was the modern Archie Bunker, and some of y'all still like, who is Al Bundy? Like, Married with Children? Like,
right.
But Al Bundy was like the modern, what'd you say, like the modern Archie Bunker?
Without the racism. He wasn't racist.
Al wasn't that racist. He had black friends. Yeah. He had black friends.
Archie
was cool.
Archie was racist, but it was.
But he was cool with George.
Yeah, him and George.
Him and George was cool. They was neighbors.
They both was racist.
And remember, hey, I love All in the Family, and I remember when Buddy was out there just saying all the stuff that he was saying, and he caught the interest of the Klan, and then the Klan actually brought Archie in. And then he was like at one of the meetings, and then Archie ended up, defending black people. You know what I mean? So he still had like that.
Yeah.
He was a man of the time.
And then
that's it. He was a man of the time.
Rob Reiner, I remember when he played the father in the Wolf of Wall Street. He played the father when he came in. He was like, "What is this?"
Right, and he's a director. Stand by Me.
Right.
A Few Good Men. And then, bro, when you die and you die tragically, the president comes on there, and basically say, man, you know, he was mediocre. He was an all right guy who just became deranged. Later on, he had Trump derangement syndrome. You know, didn't say very good things about me. You know, but and I don't like the what about isms and all that stuff like that, bro. But Charlie Kirk, like, they want the flags at half mast. They want, like, and this dude came out there and said, bruh, and he come out and say all this stuff where you just straight polarizing like all these people. And they show a clip of Rob Reiner,
Yeah.
you know, basically denouncing what happened, violence, the whole nine and whatnot, man. It just, you know, it just sucks, man, that our people in this country are so polarized right now that it's hard to have people engage in any kind of just sincere conversation about anybody. But look at him, bro. You just Mr. Narcissist, man. It's all about him, man. Go ahead. Let's hear it. Let's hear the start. Go ahead.
After the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that news?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia and controlled by Russia. He knows the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all, in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country.
And this man just died. That's all he can say about somebody.
Now, he don't care, bro. But at least, but can you kind of respect that? Like, can you kind of respect that when a person don't care? You know, like, you can be in there and be like, you know, God bless you when somebody sneezes. But you really like, I'm really not with that. Like, I really wish you would have, like, kept not breathing. Like, I wish you really would have died. I mean, but the pettiest thing, here's the pettiest thing. Have y'all seen the new Hall of Fame that this man done put together? The Presidential Hall of Fame. So when you at the White House and you go walking, Buddy done basically took his Truth Social post anytime he mentioned any past president or whatever, and basically like got their photographs and then got like the whole like write up underneath them. Didn't even do a photograph of Biden. He put a pillow. Like, bro, this is the president of the United States. Like, when foreign dignitaries come to the White House and they go in there, and it's like, yo, this man, he put a pillow, and then underneath there, he's like Sleepy Joe Biden. Like, and he put is the worst president in U.S. history, bruh. Like, this, bruh. You can't make this up, Teddy.
That's wild.
You can't make that up, bruh.
Man, I love it.
You can't make it up. And then with President Obama, of course you got Hussein. You know, President Barack Hussein Obama, one of the most polarizing presidents in history, whatever. Man, bruh, just there's no class. There's no class, or is it just war? Is it just a constant state of warfare?
I'm just glad that he's exposing. To me, it's always been like this. It just wasn't as blatant. It just was all behind the scenes. We all had faith that politics had some kind of morality to it.
And I think you're right.
And to me, it never did.
I think you're right. I think you're right. And I think if you start to look more objectively at what's going on, I think you'll see it. Because, like, for instance, you know, after the whole shutdown, they promised a vote on the Obamacare extensions, right, for the subsidies and whatnot. And then, you know, didn't happen. Speaker Johnson didn't put it on the floor. But then, there's a discharge petition. Now, I think everybody knows about the discharge petition because that's what was used for the release of the Epstein files, which tomorrow's the 19th, which is the date. Let's see what happens tomorrow with that. But that's, tomorrow's that day. So I'm not confident that it's going to be this crazy, massive data dump.
Right.
But 4 Republicans just signed on, 2 from New York, 2 from Pennsylvania, in those districts where, requires a moderate. And they basically, linked up with the Democrats, for the discharge petition to give a vote on what they have is, I think, is unreasonable. Personally, as as a Republican, I say it's unreasonable, and that is a 3-year extension. And I don't think 3 years is going to cut it, and I don't think it would take 3 years to do what needs to be done. I think the people, first of all, they never worked together on Obamacare. It did not receive one Republican vote for Obamacare, right? So I think it's necessary in order to solve this to go back to some of the original principles in the argument when it came down the pipe. That is the ability to purchase insurance across state lines. The ability to cap, and I do personal injury, but the ability to cap, I would say, non-catastrophic, personal injury cases, because that was the key drivers for the insurance. The health insurance is, the monopolies that, each state regulates its own insurance. So Florida has an insurance commission, each state. So you can't go in there and get health insurance from Nevada, but you can for your auto. So why can't we get auto insurance across state lines, but we can't get health insurance? Certain things that I think, and then the plaintiffs lobby got to the Democrats. Like the plaintiffs lobby got the Democrats in their pocket, just like the NRA got the Republicans in their pocket. So to your point, Step, I think it's a dirty game that's being played on both parts, and I think it's being exposed more than ever because the Republican is saying, man, we have a, like if you really want to solve the issue, and Trump has even come out saying, man, we need to do something. Like he's even saying, bro, it's crazy come January 1st for these insurance rates to just go up. That's why I had my procedure this week, because I'm like, I was supposed to start a trial in Jacksonville this week, Monday. And so we called to reschedule my colonoscopy, my second one, my colonoscopy and the endoscopy, and they had it set to February. So when I called my insurance broker, whatever, it was like, your insurance expire at the end of the month. So you go ahead and sign up. I was like, well, what's going to be the thing? They're like, we don't know. It was like, we don't know what the rate is going to be. So then I was like, man, I'm going to, once the judge continued the case in Jacksonville, I'm calling every day to see if I can get that original appointment. And fortunately, they gave me that appointment. Now that I had that appointment and I got my results and I'm cool, thank God, bruh, I might go 2026 uninsured. Just, know what I mean? To be like, I only went to the doctor a couple of times during this, during the year. It was basically like going to see a shrink. He asked me about my lifestyle and what I'm doing and da-da-da-da-da. He didn't prescribe no meds, no stuff like that, bro. So, you know what? I might keep that bread for 2026 and do what everybody else does. If something happen, show up at the emergency room. But what it's gonna do, people are going to end up dying. And the reason why they're going to end up dying is because, like, even though I'm saying it's just like going to have a conversation with your doctor, you still get labs, you know, here and there. They check it, make sure, whatever. It's going to be the difference between early detection of cancer and treatable cancers, like stage 1 cancers versus stage 3 and stage 4, where game over. You know, game over. And so people are going to be dying, bruh. And that's, you know, we got to be smart enough to understand that the ultra progressives want Medicare for all. They want to just eliminate the insurance companies. But the insurance companies got so much bread. You know what I mean? It's just going to be like the cannabis. Bro, if you was to go and knock on all the doors, literally all the doors in the state of Florida and talk to people who could vote about weed, I would say cannabis probably got an 80-85% approval rating. You know, it's just like you don't want kids to get it. You don't want, you know, certain, you don't want, just like tobacco, you don't want it, you know, smoked in a restaurant, you know, where you in there, you want it regulated, but, you know, you don't want people prosecuted. You don't want folks getting a prison record for that, especially when you know all the medicinal purposes for it, whether it's glaucoma, whether it's post-traumatic stress syndrome, whether it's anxiety, you know, all those things where it's just straight up, you know, medicinal. Like, come on, bro, like regulated. Like, alcohol is more harmful,
way more
than
cigarettes,
than cannabis, and cigarettes way more harmful. But what happened? DeSantis' wife got them $10 million, and all of a sudden, you know, they was able to pound the pavement, and still over 60% of the people was like, "Yeah, we with it," but it wasn't enough. It wasn't. It didn't reach, you know, the threshold that was necessary. So here's my new girlfriend, man. She's still around.
Back at it.
You know what her you know where her name is saved. Like you know what Summer Walker's name is saved in old boy phone ass Pizza Hut. So so the prosecutor who messed up the one chance to, you know, bring Trump to justice, right, was totally messed up because, you know, Fannie Willis, the district attorney of Fulton County, was, you know, giving him that, you know, personal time. He had her name saved in his phone, bruh, as Gorilla Grip. Gorilla Grip. Gorilla Grip. And the way, bro, you see the way she talking, man. Can you play a little bit of her testimony before the Georgia State Senate Judiciary Committee? She responded to a subpoena, and she has former Governor Roy Barnes as her lawyer. You got to hear some of it, bro.
Part of your transition team was involved in the process of interviewing people before you entered office to lead the investigation into the 2020 presidential election.
What you ask is a factual impossibility. That's what we call a lie. I had no way of knowing that these criminals were going to commit a crime. I didn't wait till the day I took office to look for talent that would represent my office for a case that didn't exist.
Do you want to answer?
It's a dumbass question.
I know it is, but go ahead and tell it because it occurred after.
I didn't know that he was going to commit a crime prior to me taking office.
What was the total cost of the election interference case?
I don't know the exact cost. I don't want to speculate to numbers. Whatever it cost, they tried to steal the rights of thousands of Georgians. It couldn't have been enough.
Has Mr. Wade ever prosecuted a RICO case prior to the election interference case?
And Mr. Wade would be the first one in the office. He corrected their behavior. He taught them how to do this case. He was a leader to that team and a public servant. And for that, him like me, been threatened. You want something to investigate as a legislature? Investigate how many times they called me the N-word. Why don't you investigate that? Why don't you investigate them writing on my house?
It up to make us say they needed help. He got them in order. That's what's up.
She feisty.
I know, right? That's why I like her. That's why I like her, man. That's why I like her. You know, her dad was a lawyer, and you know, I remember when he testified, you know, and about why she had the cash in the crib and the safe in the crib. Talking about, my daddy, he told me I always have some cash. Don't depend on none of these dudes. I pay for all the whatever. Yeah. So anyway, man, she messed that up big time. Hey, stop right here with the tag. Stop right here with the tag. So Buddy just got arrested in Broward the other day. In Daniel, matter of fact, bro, they treated him Davey. They treated him so dirty, man. They treated him so dirty. Treated this man so dirty, man. And now the FHP done came out with a apology. So, man, why state legislature, bro? They just can't do anything the simple way. Just be like, no tents. No, like, you can't have your license plates like inside of a cover, you know what I mean? But you can have a border that doesn't obstruct, you know, the numbers and the decal to say that's it. That's what it boils down to. But you send it out where everybody's like, take it off. Like, bro, this last weekend where I was, man, folks was out there with screwdrivers. Come on, man, take it off. I say, man, this don't even sound right, man. I ain't about to take it off.
Why would this be an arrestable offense?
Bro, $500. The fine start at $500. Like, man, it should only be. I can see why it could be arrestable. It could and should be arrestable if they get to it and find out that the tag is obstructed.
Yeah,
because that's what you know what I mean. Like that's what should be arrestable. You know, it's like, oh man, this tag ain't been renewed since 2020. That's arrestable. Or, you know, these numbers, this really a O and not a 0.
Yeah,
you know, altered it. That's arrestable. But to come in there and look and be like, oh, the tag is good, registration is good, you driving the car that you own, man, get out of here with that. Like, but, you know, what I try to tell people, man, under the United States versus Wren, WHREN, you know, that case has really messed up a lot of defenses for people who are wrongfully stopped and eventually convicted of other things that are found within the car. Because prior to United States versus Wren, you had, prior to United States versus Wren, you had something called pretext, which is if law enforcement pulled you over and they was just pulling you over for no reason. Like they used to pull Dr. King during the civil rights movement. They used to pull him over for going 1 mile under the speed limit, 2 miles over the speed limit. It was called pretext. In the dope boy cases, they would come in there and be like, "Oh, your windows are tinted," even though the people windows down or whatever. They just come up with what's called pretext. But then the Supreme Court decision, United States versus Wren, Justice Rehnquist, you really want to start talking about when this thing went left. Justice Rehnquist basically was like, you know what? All the officer has to do is articulate a reason for stopping you, whether right or wrong, as long as it is within the code of traffic violations. For instance, you can now pull somebody over for windows too dark, but you don't have a tentometer in your car to know what percentage the tint is. Right? So you got no way of confirming it during the stop, but you can pull them over for it. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. You can pull somebody saying like they don't have enough air in their tire.
Right.
But you don't have the gauge to determine what it is. All you have to do under United States versus Wren is just say, I pulled them over for defective equipment. I pulled him over because and right now, here's the thing. So cool. You don't have to, remove, like you can keep your frame on there, but just know if you do, you are giving them a reason to pull you over. You're giving them a reason to pull you over. So if you're doing something else, remove the frame.
Right.
We giving them the free game today, Teddy.
Give it to him.
If you smoked out in the car, to get right, the pregame, before you get to where you're getting to, just know that if you got that thing on the back, you can get pulled over. And even though you like, hey man, you can see all the letters, you can see that or whatever, all the officer got to do is say, when I looked at it, I couldn't see the numbers. I couldn't see that. Whether he right or wrong, all he got to do is write that down. So, man, you talk about.
Oh, this is crazy.
Man, you talk about somebody who just.
It's a movie.
Can't win.
Bruh. Oh, man, bruh. Teddy, you want to do the story, man? Sharon Moore, the Michigan coach, bro. You want to go? You do the story.
He's Outstate University Michigan football coach Sharon Moore allegedly attempted to confront a staffer he engaged a long-term intimate relationship with before he was arrested by local authorities early this week. The 39-year-old was arraigned on felony charges, third-degree home invasion, and as well as 2 misdemeanor charges on stalking and entering without permission. He was fired on Wednesday for violating university policy and engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, ending a 2-year run at Michigan's head coach. Before they got to go.
And the $13 million that he was owed because he got fired for cause. That is a wrap.
That's crazy.
So Buddy, man, they got Buddy. He on suicide watch.
I wouldn't blame him.
All-time fun.
He on and the brother got a whole family. He got a whole family, bruh. I put it to you like this. I was contemplating, Teddy, should we play some of that Lenny Williams? You never been in love like I've been in love. You never felt where I felt. Or if he was like feeling like he was Goldie. No, feeling like he was Pretty Tony before Goldie took China Doll from him. Remember when he was bragging on the table? Man, when I got a chick, I got a chick. I've been with her, 3 years, ain't touched her. And she done brought me over 200,000. And then Richard Pryor said, I hope she can roll you, teach how to roll or something. Like messing up the thing. He just bragging and bragging and bragging. And she was fed up. What R. Kelly say? When a woman's fed up.
That's it.
And China Doll walks into the pool hall, walks over to Goldie, take the cigarette out of his mouth, say, remember me? And he said, man, I have to lose all the brain cells in my head to forget somebody as fine as you. She was like, does everybody need an audition to get with you? Tell me, nah, you don't got to go through all that. And Pretty Tony just over there watching after he just bragged about it. I know Shamor was either feeling like Lenny Moore or he was feeling like Pretty Tony. Tell me, man, I got this snow brandy. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm getting it at the crib. And I'm getting it at the office. You know what I mean? We role playing. She coming in like Monica Lewinsky. I'm the president. I got the cigar on ice. What? Man, Becky, what?
Yeah, the Michigan girls.
Becky got tired.
The Michigan girls in the.
Becky got tired. And it ain't like, bro, you ain't seen what happened with all the coaches. Why half these coaches end up leaving? You're like, man, why they leave that franchise? Because they got daughters.
That's right.
And some of them have wives that done let the players, get a little too cozy with. And then they came in like, oh no.
He's in there.
Daddy busting them down.
He's in there.
He's breaking them down, man. So he gets fired from Michigan for cause. If that ain't bad enough, he makes a beeline over to her crib, and she's scared. Oh man, bruh, she's scared. I was watching some movie the other day. It was a black western. It was a black western with your boy Michael J. White.
Mm.
And he was like Johnny Black? Something like that. Johnny Black.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was in prison with a dude. He was in prison with another guy. And the other guy was like, when he get out, he going to be the pastor at this church, at this black settlement. So when they get out, they end up getting ambushed. And Buddy thought old boy was killed in the ambush. So he decided to go to the town and assume his identity.
Mm.
So he get to the town like the lady that he had been writing, like she was gonna be the first lady, but I don't want to go too far afield in that. But what I want to say is that when you look at that situation, what ended up happening, he thought that he had it on lock.
Mm-hmm.
But he ain't have it on lock.
Somebody blew the whistle on him.
They blew the whistle. They end up telling.
Somebody dropped the dime on him.
Somebody dropped the dime. Somebody looking over there telling me, oh, that's all you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why folks, and I'm talking to my folks at pre-trial, I'm talking to my folks at TGK, I'm talking about my folks at Metro West. A lot of times, man, folks don't want you to, give them their discovery, their evidence in the case, because, folks in there, man, that's in there looking at big time, for murders and robberies, or they just habitual offenders, bro, they trying to go in there and find somebody that they can be like, oh, they confessed to me.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to do that, they go and get their paperwork, read up all their paperwork, and then write the state attorney. Basically like, choir boy, I know all the parts. and Buddy told me, what I'm saying, I play with him all the time. We play chess, we play checkers, we play cards, and he was in there running dominoes and end up just talking about how he held up the whole store and how he did X, Y, Z or whatever. And you got somebody sitting in on the stand that was in your cell block. And you like, man, how that dude get, bruh? And they been notorious like that in the feds.
Mm-hmm.
The state just catching on, but the feds been on that.
Mm-hmm.
The state just catching on. So just to let you know, bruh.
Oh yeah.
If you want to keep a secret, keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself. Diddy's coming back, $1 billion lawsuit against Netflix. The guy who shot the material is claiming that
he didn't get his money.
That was what the 50 Cent play was. He didn't get his money. But they're claiming that the other folks, that Netflix didn't pay the guy. And he's like, man, I don't know where y'all got this or how y'all got this from, whatever. So they claiming Netflix, in there. But, we shall see. We shall see.
Oh, Diddy.
We shall see.
More time in there.
Now 50, man, is going at it with the Wayans brothers.
Yeah, that's crazy. But with Marlon.
Hey, that's, man, 50 is like Trump, bro. He got no chill. He got no chill.
Always
bro.
keep something going.
Yeah, he got no chill. Hey, so Biddy allegedly made $4 million renting out his jet while he's in jail. $100,000 a trip.
That's it. That's it.
So smart guy.
Money.
Did you watch the Netflix special? Did you see it?
I watched the first one. I didn't watch all.
I watched all of them, man. Like, I didn't like the allegation, man. That old boy who was saying that he started Bad Boy with him and had 25% of the company. Basically saying that Diddy slapped his mama. Like, I don't see no reason ever unless you bringing your mama out of like she done passed out and you got smelling salts or something. You trying to revive her to ever slap your mama, bro. I think it's a special place in hell for somebody that slapped their mama, bro.
I mean, with him, I feel like he's been so battered that he doesn't mind saying certain things that just to say it, you know, because it was something else that he was saying that they fact checked and said that it wasn't true.
Yeah, that's what folks are saying, and even his kids came out with statements saying, that he was like basically that he pulled a big red in the 5 heartbeats, dangling him out, a hotel room, or say they basically came over there with a baseball bat, saying, man, you need to sign this over, but I'm gonna give it back to you. I just need it for this deal, the 25%, that he giving them. So now Buddy's like he ass out. But then, at the end, he come in there and be like, Diddy did things to me. Unspeakable things to me. Well, what more unspeakable can it be? Because, the assumption gonna go straight up there to, basically like Diddy took his manhood.
Yeah.
Saying he took his manhood.
He couldn't do nothing about it.
Did you the boogeyman,
Right. And then how you gonna be a grown man with a professional name, Lil? Like the producer. Like he's like, man, I wake up, sometimes it's a girl, sometimes it's Diddy, and I'm sore. What you? Yeah, bro. How much would they have to pay you to come in there and say that? Lil Red, and Lil. First of all, I'm not gonna be no grown man over 30 years old with my name Lil anything. Like Lil Bow Wow even changed it though. Bow Wow. Like we gonna get the Lil and no more Young Jeezy. Now he Jeezy. Now he Jeezy. No Lil Wayne is Wayne. It's like, come on, bro. You just
only gonna be Lil Baby. Lil Baby gotta stay Lil Baby because it's already Baby.
I mean, it's
he just gonna
nuts,
stop,
man.
Yeah,
it's nuts. It's nuts. What we got right here, man? What's this happening now? Ice. Wow, this in Davie, man. Coming close to home. Have you run across it, man? I try to avoid them people.
I ain't seen Ice for real.
Man, I left my driver's license at the jail. I went to the jail last Friday. I left my driver's license there, so I was naked until I just got it back yesterday. So I've been naked. I've been riding around, but I've been riding around with my passport because, bruh, these folks is like detaining soldiers.
Vigilante.
Yeah, bruh, they had a guy who had his active military ID, and he didn't have his passport on him, bruh, and they detained this man. Like they on some other, they on some serious other stuff, man. Like
I seen one story where I think 2 Haitian people had kidnapped the ICE. They kidnapped the ICE agents.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have some problems with them.
Man, that's crazy.
It's just all terrorism. Just that fear tactics. Keep them all unrest.
So Nicki Minaj, man, and she's in a Twitter battle war with Governor Gavin Newsom, man.
Oh no.
And she's, talking about the trans situation, trans adult, which I don't agree with them participating in, female athletics. Right. So right. I don't condone that. California, man, like I don't know what they own out there, but I don't think Nicki is the one. I mean, it's freedom of speech, but I don't think Nicki's the one when her husband, is registered sex offender, and doing all this stuff right here. So So you get into you trolling the governor of California as
For
much
Trump.
as you in California.
She's doing that for Trump.
Much as you're in California, right? You trolling like this dude. Like, would you do that in Florida? As petty as our governor is, man.
Mm.
You know, so he comes back, you know, putting the man whole like profile up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, hey, here's a number of sexual predators. Here's the number to go check it out, and then put old boy up there. Like, it's, you know, that's weird. That's weird. Here's his brother right here, man. Check him out. This the guy I was talking about. Look at his story. What happened to him, bro? He don't look like he ever gonna be the same again.
Well, this don't have no sound to it.
Yeah, but this the young man, bro,
What's
that
the license?
that was taken in, man, for the license plate, bro. He looked traumatized. You know, he looked seriously traumatized. He got the letter of apology, but you know, we shall see, bro. We shall see. We shall see. What else we got, bro?
Oh, that should do it because that was crazy. With the coach,
About the wristband?
they sent them the wrong place.
Yeah, but how long was that for? It wasn't the whole game. It was
No,
just like
one or two because he came to the sideline like, yo, is this correct? Like, it can't be. Oh, yeah, I made a mistake.
Yeah, they just don't want him to succeed, bro. Like, it's just gonna happen, man. The Browns gave Shedeur Sanders a wristband with the wrong play calls. So, you know, the way you go out there and start the game, it's just like you speaking a whole different language.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, right, Omaha. You know, on that. And they looking at you like, what? What we about to do?
And then the coach said, it wouldn't be nobody's fault but mine. It's he's like, I was the one who did it.
You know, let the man play. So,
Together.
you know, he's a 2-time coach of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's messed up when I guess he's showing like when you're not my guy, you're not my guy. You're not my guy. So we shall see. And I'm not mad at Tua's being sat down.
Oh no, it was about time.
I'm not mad. I'm not necessarily opposed to him being our starting quarterback next year, but bro, we can't win if we can't make it to the playoffs, why would we even play him the rest of the?
It's not necessary because he's worth too much money. He can get hit.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Man,
more so than anything. That's more so anything what it is.
Yeah, bro. We can't win. If we can't make the playoffs, we're out of playoff contention. Mm-hmm. Why put him out there? Mm-hmm. No, bro. You gonna chill over here and see if we can trade you
He already
this summer.
Right.
Or let's see what this rookie can do.
Yeah.
Or to know like we need to start positioning ourselves to try to get, bruh. You know, if we end up getting Chico from Columbus High School, who just won the Heisman Trophy.
Yes, Indiana.
From Indiana. You know, bruh.
From Columbus?
Yes.
From Columbus High School.
Yeah.
You know if what? We might compete with soccer down here, boy. We might compete with soccer.
Yeah.
Now, the Dolphins, why don't they ever do that? The Dolphins have never taken that guy.
Not nowhere.
The closest they came was Tua.
Yeah.
But Tua's draft status had fallen so low because of the injury that he had. But before that injury, there was a whole campaign, Tank for Tua.
Yeah.
Tank for Tua. Yeah. Folks was mad, and then Flores was telling you, you know, like that culture, like, you know.
So was Marino that guy in college?
Marino.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, right?
But he still was like the third or fourth quarterback to go. I think he was drafted. Was he drafted 13? He was drafted. Like, look at his draft stat, but he was the last. I think first round draft pick before Tua. But Marino was in that same class as Elway. So you already know Elway was Elway went number one. But he was in that same class. But you know, and the Dolphins, remember, was winning every year. So I think he might have gone 17 because the Dolphins
27.
He went 27, yeah, because you know the Dolphins always, you know, in the playoffs, so they not picking to the end or towards the end. So yeah, because he had issues in Pittsburgh, you know.
He was with Elway and Kelly.
Yeah, Jim Kelly and Elway was in that class. That's right. And so you talking about at Pittsburgh where he was that guy, but he was also known to be, you know, a party guy, and you know all those things that they were saying. He was brash and all that, but he fit perfectly down here because I think we went to the Super Bowl his rookie season. He was like, "Oh man, I thought I was gonna be there every year," and they lost to Washington. I think he was a victim of that 5 James Williams touchdown. That brother was just bombing him. Doug Williams hit him with that Grambling.
Man, this
Tampa Bay joint.
That Buffalo and Philadelphia, Buffalo and the Patriots, they was going at it.
That was a good game. But you see your boy Allen, he's like how Mahomes used to be. If he's one score away,
he's gonna get it.
It's hard to keep him from it.
He's gonna get it.
Or at least or at least he gonna put his body on the line. Tua couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
Like Tua couldn't even we didn't even want him to do that. Like let's say if it's the 4th and 7 and you know they bringing everybody because it's the last play of the game. You just looking at Tua like, but they not even. It's like, but they not even gonna let you throw the ball. But they giving you an alley to run. They giving you an alley to run.
They want to bust you up.
They gonna bust you up, bro. They gonna see you up out of here, man.
And then you got the playoffs this weekend for the college. UM
in Texas, man. That Texas game is Texas A&M.
Texas, yeah.
Hey, Texas A&M. They're a good team.
And the game is here. The championship game is here.
Yes,
All right.
Yep. Shout out to Henry. Y'all know him as Henry Crockett, Ely Tiger, who's the chairman of the Orange Bowl committee. When they got the championship game, I remember him telling me he was the vice chair or the coach, whatever the deputy chair, whatever they call it. And I remember him telling me that it's set up that when the national championship is at the Orange Bowl, I'm going to be the chairman, man. I was like, wow, that's so big. That's huge for the school. That's huge for Pompano, man. That's huge for Crockett Foundation. That's huge for, all around. But he really been earning it, man, because, we go to Super Bowl like every year. And I would say for like the last 10, 12 years, I see him politicking. I see him, where he need to be, doing what he need to do, politicking. And that's the thing, man. Like, to see him growing up where he was a giant, to be so soft-spoken, mild-mannered, and really super intelligent, like, you know what I mean? Because he was a huge kid.
I'm sitting there like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it.